Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1998 Citroën Xsara 1.8 injection 16 valve exclusive. Now, if you ask most people to think of a car from Gran Turismo 2, they'll pick the Skylines or the Vipers or something like that. Me, when I think Gran Turismo 2, I think of the Citroën Xsara 1.8i 16V exclusive, because this is one of the very first cars you see in the game if you go through arcade mode and choose Class C. So for that reason, I've always sort of associated this car with GT2. I really like it, and it's made me really like the Xsara in real life. Yes, I know this is quite a boring looking car, but underneath it's a Peugeot 306, which is quite a good chassis, although apparently not by Hot Lap Classic standards, but we'll get there. I just really like it. I don't know why. I know it's bland, but it's just peak 90s car design for me. I really like it. I got quite upset when they facelifted this because I didn't think it looked as good. Anyways, this car comes in this fantastic gold colour, and statistically, it ain't a rocket ship. Front engine, front wheel drive, 266 horsepower, 1025 kilos. I should mention the GT2 Plus mod restores the racing modification for this car. For those of you who don't know, this is actually technically supposed to have a racing mod. It's a more close to real life version of the Xsara rally car. I'm electing not to use it because I wanted to use it in its standard 5-door guise, because when I think Xsara, I think standard 5-door guise. Anyways, it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 RS. Need to get used to that. Set a time of 27.806. The Xsara is unlikely to beat that. The Xsara, in its sight, should be the Peugeot 306. We had that go around. It was one of the very first cars that went round. 31.7 for the standard car and a 31.5 for the rally version of it. So, if you can beat its stalemate, then we'll claim that as a victory for the Xsara. As I've discussed before, European hatchbacks in this series, they've been doing either really well or Peugeot 306. So, it'll be interesting to see how this gets on. I hope it does well. I need some justice for the Xsara. If you're a big fan of the Xsara, let me know in the comment section, because I am. I really like this one. Not the Xsara Picasso, that was a joke. And again, the sort of facelifted Xsara, that's when the Xsara actually became like successful in rally and stuff, which I get why people might resonate more with that, and that was the one that they carried into GT4. They had the Xsara BTR as an option, but yeah, when I think Xsara, I think of this sort of the dowdy face from the 90s, before it had that, I guess it was the Xsara Picasso that did actually start that sort of new corporate face for Citroën, and then obviously that extended onto the cars like the C5 and stuff. But, I mean, maybe it's me as a kid, but I think in the 90s, I think Citroën had some really good looking cars in the 90s. You know, I like the look of the Xsara, which again is slightly controversial. I like the Xantia. Xantia is a really good looking car. I really want a Xantia. Maybe not his and her Xantias. If you know that joke, then you're in the Discord server and have been for years. Well, yeah. But yeah, I really like 90s Citroëns. I know they were in the doldrums. I know they sort of had most of their individuality ripped out. I do think Citroën's on quite a high point at the moment. I'm not going to lie, I think they're making some quite good cars at the moment. I quite like C5X, I'm not going to lie. So I hope Citroën can one day rise again, because Citroën's my favourite of all the French manufacturers. I know I definitely have a longer relationship with Peugeot, but I just like Citroëns. They're just, I don't know, even when they're not that different, they're still a little bit out there and weird. And they value comfort, which is something I very much value in a car. Anyways, the Xsara is pretty much everything I expected it to be. It is an average car to drive. It's not bad, it's not brilliant. Rear end can come out on it a little bit. It is definitely better to drive than the 306 was. which is nice. It's across the line, 30.853. Okay, never mind. To be fair, there was a bit of a cheeky corner cut in there, but I was about to say how unbelievably average this car was, and then it just, final lap, boom, put that straight in. That creates a problem because it creates a tie, but we'll address that in a second. Fantastic. Yeah, 30.853. I wish it would have been a little bit quicker because, like I say, now we've got a tie, but never mind. It is also tied with something you won't expect, so we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, good car. Actually, to be fair, you know, pretty average car, but not bad. 30.853 places this in to 82nd place. It ties with the Roof CR4, but as I've discussed before with ties, the car that set the time first is going to be the one that gets to go above. So, in this case, the Roof CR4 and the Citroën Xsara, same car, perfect. Quicker than a Civic Type R, quicker than the Opel Tigra, quicker than the Alfa Romeo 166, Mercury Cougar, BMW 320, Ford Focus. Yeah, it's a pretty good time. That absolutely blitzes the 306, although, as I said, the 306 was one of the very first cars to go around. Does lose out slightly to the Citroën Saxo, so it's not the quickest Citroën that we've had. Civic, Integra, Golf, Mark IV. Yeah, that's a lot quicker than I expected it to be. I was firmly ready for a 31.1, which would have put it where all the other average cars go to die, like the Neon and, well, the Phaeton, Accord, stuff like that. But no, it actually put a little one out the bag late on in that, which is cool. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something less iconic. Until then, farewell.